I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up the world view. A report shows global surge in anti-LGBTQ plus hate crimes is tied to political rhetoric. A new report from the Institute for Strategic Dialogue shows that hate crimes against LGBTQ plus people are on the rise worldwide, fueled by discriminatory laws and hostile political speech. The report shows that anti-LGBTQ plus hate crimes have increased in the past 5 years across the United States, the United Kingdom, and Europe, especially targeting transgender and gender-nonconforming people. It links the trend to political rhetoric and government action that have escalated internationally. Among the cases cited, the Club Q mass shooting in Colorado, which killed 5, the 2023 murder of a California woman who displayed a rainbow flag, and the arrest of 20 Patriot Front members planning to disrupt an Idaho Pride event. The report also noted, quote, "These threats come from across the spectrum of ideological extremism, but frequently show groups that also pose a threat to the state and are openly opposed to democratic norms," end quote. In 2024, the FBI reported that out of 11,323 single bias incidents, 17.2% were based on sexual orientation and 4.1% on gender identity. The report warns that a, quote, "series of actions have sought to exclude LGBTQ people and culture from public life," end quote, through censorship, book bans, and anti-trans legislation. I was reading the report, and I think, in some countries it is about certain types of violent movements. With the United States and the United Kingdom, how did these elected officials get there? And there's a lot of very prominent, big funded, rich people that fund that. In the United Kingdom, I always talk, when we talk about the UK transphobia, like, there's one billionaire named J.K. Rowling who really got the ball rolling on that because she's a very influential person. Yeah. Everyone knows her. She has money. She's able to make that whole push. And in the United States, we have the National Christian Foundation, which funds the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is the anti-LGBTQ hate group, the Family Research Council, and all their buddies are also funding people like Mike Pence, Donald Trump, and all these crazy. And that rhetoric is in our life because people are funding it, and we need to be very aware of that and what's going on, and how it's not just a few crazies. Whoever did the awful shooting of Club Q, that's a single incident crazy. The donor class, how they act, and these bigger malicious type stuff, like the 20 arrested in Idaho. There was an incident of 100 armed goons at UCLA a couple years ago, who it wasn't an anti-gay thing, but magically they all had ties to anti-gay hate. I'm like, oh look, that's what we should really worry about. The double side of you have the right-wing militia extremists forming, and you have these rich people that are funding this crazy. That should really be concerning every queer person in America and the United Kingdom right now. As for the rest of Europe, a whole other story. Yeah.